75 years ago, in 1949, the god of manga himself, Osamu Tezuka, one of the founding fathers of anime, and I bet you didn't even know he existed, created Metropolis, a manga loosely based on the 1927 silent film masterpiece of the same name. It would take over 7 decades, millions of dollars, and thousands of artists to finally bring his vision to the screen. Enter Metropolis 2001, one of the most genuinely beautiful, stunning, thrilling anime films I have ever watched. I kid you not. Sometimes I have to watch these films 3 to 4 times to make these videos, and I get bored as hell, but this is different. From the characters to the story and the bizarre yet intriguing art styles of the mid-90s. Metropolis 2001 is a journey I am very excited to take you on. So sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy. Welcome to the future, Metropolis, a culmination of all of our craziest achievements and innovation. This place looks wild. Golden skyscrapers, humans coexisting with robots, celebrations, everything you dream of is here. Here's the thing though, the rich and the poor are starting to resent the robots, especially the poor, because they're straight up getting their jobs taken. I want you to remember this because the robot-human friction is going to be a huge factor in this story. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell is everyone celebrating? Well, meet Mr. President, the leader of Metropolis, the ruler, and his right-hand man, a man who's somehow even more popular than him, Duke Red. Hold on, malicious Fruit Loops head ass. I know exactly who farted. Big nose. Now, Duke Red has been overseeing the construction of the ziggurat. That sounds so racist. It's a massive skyscraper that he promises to the people of Metropolis will allow them to extend their power around the planet and conquer all of their enemies. In the bustling crowd, you see my guys, my boys, Detective Saku and his nephew Kenichi. We'll get more to them later. All of a sudden, a signal appears. This is the signal of Malduk, a vigilante group that destroys rogue robots who have escaped their zone, or generally cause ruckus, like this robot from Zone 1 who's about to get his head blown off. The reason they do this is to calm the growing tension between humans and robots. They're also secretly being funded by Duke Red. Everyone kind of knows this, but everyone also knows to keep quiet just because he's him. Now in Metropolis, there are 3 zones. You have up top, which is where we've been the whole time. It's gold, it's shiny, it's rich. Then you have the underground zones. Zone 1, home to the middle class with decent living conditions and relatively advanced technology. Pretty chill. Then there's Zone 2, occupied by laborers and workers. It's poverty-stricken, dirty, and people there are tired of having what little jobs taken from them by robots, which is eventually gonna lead to something terrifying. Then you have Zone 3. You don't want to be down here, bruh. It's basically just straight robots working on the power supply, poop, dirty stuff, bro. They just make sure everything in the other levels runs as smoothly as possible. Now meet Dr. Lawton, a mad scientist wanted for trafficking human organs. Okay. But something shady happens. Duke Red, this highly praised superstar leader, has secretly commissioned Dr. Lawton to create a highly advanced robot modeled and named after Red's deceased daughter, Tima. Red intends for Tima to sit on the throne within the ziggurat and complete it, functioning as the central control unit for the structure's secret superweapon. Duke Red is super pissed. He's like, I paid your ass double, triple, quadruple, and you still ain't finished. Get your ass on, boy. That's when the crash out of the century, the most devious gremlin I've witnessed in a minute, Rock, gets called in by Red about the incident with the robot from Zone 1. The Duke is even more pissed. It disturbed the celebration. Rock is like, I'm sorry, father, it won't happen again. Then Duke's like, I'm not your father. I saved you when you were an orphan. Don't call me father. Get out of here. I don't know why he crashed out so hard on my boy, but I kinda see why he's gonna act the way he acts. Now let's get an introduction to our 2 main ghosts, Detective Saku and Lil Kenichi. Now Saku has traveled all the way from Japan with an arrest warrant for Dr. Lawton, who, like I said earlier, is wanted for human trafficking violations. Why he brought his little nephew along to catch a human organ trafficker, I don't know. But he goes to the chief of police, Nortland, to possibly get help in this investigation. It's their first time in Metropolis. They don't know their left from right. They can barely even keep their eyes off the beautiful scenery. But since the ziggurat announcement parties are still being held, Chief doesn't have any available officers except for my boy C3PO. Where you been, bro? They get assigned a robot. Where they're from, they've never seen a robot. Kenichi introduces himself like, I'm Kenichi, how do you do? Oh yes, my name is 2039494439938498999327. A specialized detective police robot. We gonna call him Jake. Jake, Kenichi, and Saku start their investigation in the main city of Metropolis. Jake's like, there's no way a criminal could be up here. It's too busy and tight-knit. Which makes sense. Oh my god, dang! Oh my god! Out of nowhere, the mall dude pull up blowing this robot down. They done caught another one operating out of his zone. Probably zone 1, which is where we're going now. If Dr. Lawton's anywhere doing anything fishy, it would be in zone 1. It's safe, but grimy enough for a convent to comfortably hide. Duke Red enters zone 1 and pulls up to Dr. Lawton's, dang, I sounded, Dr. Lawton's, Dr. Lawton's lair. This man has a whole facility, my guy. Duke Red's like, is Timo almost complete, Dr. Lawton? Lawton's like, by the end of the week, sir, I promise. While all this is going down, someone's been watching them the whole time. It's none other than Duke Red's adopted son, Rock. You see, Lawton just told a bold-faced lie to Duke Red. Tima is complete, and he plans on keeping her for himself. Rock pulls up like, I'm not gonna let you, this robot, or the ziggurat steal my father from me. He's super delusional. Lawton's like, she's modeled after his own daughter. How could you destroy something so special to him if you love him? Rock then crashes out, aims the blick at Dr. Lawton and blows again, and again. Oh my god. He blows at Tima too, then flees the scene, leaving a massive explosion behind. As he's running, this guy spots him. This guy who saw Rock running away says the mall dukes and the people above don't care about us. They're trying to kill us, and the robots don't help at all. They took our job. This is going to lead to one of the greatest revolutions in Metropolis history. Kenichi and Saku spots body in the fire and runs to investigate. Kenichi finds a glowing blue girl. Now, I don't know about y'all, I'm not going towards the glowing blue girl who's casually surviving fires, bro. Then Saku finds a dying Lawton. He tries to save him, but it's too late. Lawton points to a book before taking his last breath. Meanwhile, Kenichi and the glowing girl try to escape, but fall down this hole all the way down to zone 3. The dirtiest, grimiest trenches of Metropolis. Humans can't survive down here, and robots are forced to labor away. Rock goes to tell his father about the tragic events that just took place in zone 1. Red just lost the only thing he cared about. His secret passion project is gone. He just misses Rock, and we see a grown man shed tears. Now let me introduce you to Tima. She's not an android bioweapon monster. She's not evil. She's actually just a clueless little girl. Also, this is Fifi, the cutest robot ever. Like, it's just splashing water on Kenichi's face. It doesn't know what it's doing. It's just trying to help, bro. That's so cute to me. Tima doesn't know her name or how to speak proper English. She's talking about some who are I. Kenichi has to teach her proper grammar, and it's just an overall heartwarming interaction. It makes you think, is she even a robot? Fifi comes out to cut with some rotten food. It doesn't know it's rotten. It's just trying to help them. It's so cute, bro. I'm sorry. This is where it starts hitting the fan. Duke Red wants to do his first test run with the ziggurat just to make sure nothing goes wrong. This thing is scary. This is the weapon that will conquer the world. They activate the radioactive super weapon and shoot it at what I can only assume is the sun. Here's the problem. The radiation from the beam was so strong it caused a lot of robots to malfunction. Y'all already know the mall dudes came to handle that business, blowing all the malfunctioning robots down. In the midst of this chaos, the leader of Metropolis, Mr. President, is getting word that anti-robot protesters are starting to grow larger and larger. The entire balance of Metropolis is being threatened by the creation of the ziggurat, so Mr. President has committed, outraged by the reckless actions of Duke Red, devised a plan to get him gone and destroy the ziggurat. They're going to leak hidden information about him to the public, and when there's enough resentment built up against him, they're going to arrest him for treason. I find it funny how Duke Red isn't even in politics, yet he's so loved by the people that he's somehow more powerful than the actual leader. Son Saku and my boy Jake are on the hunt for Kenichi and Dr. Lawton's potential killer, Rock. Dr. Lawton's dead, so Son Saku's like, the least I can do is find out why Rock killed him. Rock, on the other hand, is trying to complete the mission. He knows that Tima couldn't have been destroyed in that explosion, so he has to find her and end her, or risk losing the trust of his beloved father. And he knows exactly where to begin his search. Zone 3. That's when the worst possible scenario happens. Kenichi, unaware of the crashed out demon known as Rock, cries for help, hoping to get saved and guided back to the upper level. Rock does the ultimate crash out move. He ups Blick immediately. One of his fellow mall dudes is like, bro, chill, you can't be shooting down here, you'll destroy something. He blows him down. He blows him down for no reason, RIP. He starts shooting at them, grazing Tima's head. Fifi gets in front of them to protect them from the bullets. Hey, if you made it this far, you already know the deal. Comment W Fifi in the chat. This is where the fun begins. Rock starts rigorously hunting them down. They end up hiding inside the Fifi bots, perfect disguise. Then go up to zone 2, but this is where we have to say goodbye to Fifi. It knows it'll get blown down if it enters zone 2. Kenichi and Tima say goodbye to their newly newly acquainted friend. Oh my god, run, y'all gotta go. No, Fifi! Rock just ended Fifi. Why? Kenichi and Tima take off, entering the trenches of Zone 3. Rock and the Maldus are trailing them, shooting recklessly, trying to stop them. Kenichi starts playing Mario Kart on this bicycle thing. He hitting drift moves and everything, bro, until he eventually hits a railing and goes flying off into a trash pit. By the time Rock and the other Maldus arrive, it's too late. They've already been saved by Atlas, the leader of the revolution. The uprising of the poor and mistreated people of Metropolis is finally about to happen. Atlas will die behind the poor. He will die behind his uniform. He will die for his people. Here's the catch though. The only reason he has the confidence and capability to start this revolution is because he's being held by the president. The president wants to use the poor to storm the ziggurat and arrest Duke Red. It's finna go down. We get this cute bonding moment between Ryuichi and Tima, where Tima accidentally raises him up. He got him blushing and jump. Ryuichi then gives her some new pants, but god dang, he done gave her some size 97. Tima shares her first laugh with Ryuichi. She's becoming more and more human as they get closer and closer. I don't think this is an unstoppable android. I think this is almost a human. What y'all think in the comments? Let me know, let me know. The protests have begun. The poor are ready to eat the rich. They're slowly making their way up to the top. Detective Saku and Jake pull up after hearing all the ruckus. Jake tells Saku to alarm the police of Metropolis. Saku's like, don't do anything crazy till I get back. Jake then proceeds to walk over in front of thousands of angry protesters ready to kill any robot and person who stands in their way. Then says, man, y'all need to go home. No, I'm playing. He didn't say that, but yeah, they blew him down immediately. I don't know what he thought was gonna happen, but I really liked Jake, man. RIP Jake in the comments, bro. But now the riots have officially begun. Mr. President is not worried because this was a part of his plan all along. That's when one of his own committee members betrays him. He secretly pledged allegiance to Duke Red. The Maldukes charge in and shoot this man at least 60 times. They confirmed the kill. Then an all-out war breaks out between the military and the protesters. The protesters stood no chance without help from the military. They thought they had on their side. Kenichi and Tima are walking through the chaos. Someone calls out to Kenichi. Kenichi! His uncle Saku. They finally reunited. Unc's like, oh, you brought a little friend with you this time. What y'all getting into? Unc, calm down with the freaky jump. Then Atlas runs out from the ongoing battle and takes his last breath. He died just how he wanted to. Fighting. All of a sudden, Rock's crash out overly evil self finally catches Kenichi and Tima. He ups Blick and shoots Unc for no reason. Kenichi crashes out on Rock only to get dropped off. He's like, Tima, grab the gun, grab the gun. She runs over there and gets it, ready to blow Rock down. That's when Duke Red pulls up like, Rock, what the hell is going on? Where have you been? Is that my sweet Tima? You're alive. This makes Duke Red question everything Rock has told him. He smacks him on the ground and strips him of his Malduk badge. Unc gives up explaining he's a detective and why he's here. Then he just dies. Nah, I'm playing. He's alive. He's just taking a little nap. The Malduks drag Kenichi away and Duke Red takes Tima away to the ziggurat, forcing her to leave Kenichi behind. This is where it starts getting even crazier. Still determined to get his father's love back, Rock's delusional self pays a maid off to secretly bring Tima to this shady area in Metropolis. He then busts out the wildest villain laugh ever, then does a whole villain monologue talking about you're not a real person, you're just a weak little robot. I don't know what father sees in you. At this point, he's the main villain. What? He then kidnaps and deactivates Tima, who just had a whole identity crisis. Now listen, I don't know what bro was about to do to her right here, but suddenly the lights start flickering and Rock gets wombo comboed by Unc himself, Detective Saku. He came through with a clutch rescue and he gets her turned back on using Lot's notebook. My man really left that instruction manual. Using the instruction manual, he manages to find out where Kenichi's being held in the ziggurat. They get ready to go and save him, but Duke Red and the Malduks pull up and catch them lacking. They take everyone to the top of this massive tower where Tima's like, hey Duke Red, what am I really though, human or robot? This man Duke Red really said, you're a superhuman destined to rule the world from this throne. Like bro, what? But hold up, Rock crashes out one last time. Disguised as a maid, everyone ups their Blick. Rock takes aim at Tima, the guards take aim at Rock, and boom, Rock shoots Tima, exposing all her robot parts. Tima sees all this machinery in her body and straight up loses it. She hops on that throne and starts ordering biological and nuclear attacks on humanity. While everyone's running for their life, Kenichi's trying to reason with her. The robots Tima called start attacking Duke Red, and Rock, still being the biggest crash out son ever, is like, ain't no filthy robot killing my father, and blows himself and Duke Red up in a massive explosion. Bro really took Ryder die too serious. The whole palace starts falling apart. Kenichi manages to get Tima off the throne, but she's going full Terminator mode, trying to kill him. During their struggles, he falls off the tower. Kenichi grabs her hand, holding on to one of her cables, trying to save her. Tima remembers the time Kenichi was teaching her grammar and hits him with that "Who am I?" before falling. The ziggurat comes crashing down, taking half of Metropolis with it. Next morning, Kenichi's searching through the rubble and finds these robots trying to rebuild Tima with her spare parts. Is that Fifi? Oh my gosh, did it survive? While Saku and the other survivors are getting evacuated, Kenichi stays behind like, nah, we finna rebuild this city. I don't know why Saku left his little nephew alone in a destroyed city, but hey, W Saku, I guess. This has been a freaking journey. And in the end credits, we see Kenichi got his own robot repair shop up and running, and guess who we see through the window? Tima, fully rebuilt. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, comment Metropolis. And as always, if no one's told you today, I love you.